Hi guys, welcome back. My name's Katie, I'm an addict. So today's video, I just want to kind of go over how I got where I am and how I feel about different programs for recovery and what it actually ended up meaning to me as opposed to what was explained to me in different programs and what I thought it to be and then what it actually came to be in real life. And starting with, I can't, because of the 11th tradition, I can't say the programs, but the 12 steps I can talk about because that is an all-around program for everything. It's pretty much a cure-all. You can apply it to anything in your life, and it will help you improve on that specific thing in your life, and you can improve yourself and work on yourself and grow. So when I started going to the program, I had hit rock bottom and my life was completely unmanageable. And not to mention everyone else's life around me. I had made everything impossible for myself, for everyone, and created situations like many of you have in your lives where you really can't even move forward because you're stuck with what has been created around you because of your addiction. And when I hit rock bottom, I had heard things forever, go to the programs, go to the anonymous programs, go work on the 12 steps. And it did sound, I've heard a lot of people say culty. It sounds kind of culty, like some weird therapy thing that you go to, and it's strange. And I guess it is, it's a collection of addicts of all kinds, getting together to work on how to move past that point in their life and be a different person. So I convinced myself to go because that was the only thing I knew about. I knew there were drug treatment programs and different rehab facilities, and that kind of seemed like a stretch. It was really out of reach, mostly financially, and healthcare. It was always a struggle. And if you spend all your money on what is fueling your addiction, you obviously can't pay to help yourself or to get in some kind of rehabilitation facility or work on yourself with professional help, because that costs money that you don't have because you spent it on everything you shouldn't and you couldn't help yourself. So I decided to try the anonymous programs. The first meeting I went to was, I don't know, it was what you should expect it to be, I think. Because obviously I didn't really have an idea of what a meeting was supposed to be like, so I had nothing to base my opinion on, but I felt comfortable, I felt uncomfortable, I felt sick, I felt tired, I felt excited, I felt happy and hopeful, I felt all kinds of emotions, mostly because I had just gotten clean and I had never experienced these emotions before. And I was learning as I was moving through early sobriety. And when I got to the meeting, everybody was, they were perfect. They were just like me. They were like family to me, and I had never met these people before in my life. It actually turned out one of the guys in that meeting that night, he actually did meet me when I was, I don't know, like 7 or 8 months old. And he's still in my life today. He's a really, really cool guy. Obviously it's an anonymous program. I can't tell you who he is, but great guy, great guy. He actually he helped sponsor my husband back when he was still alive, and help him through early recovery and sponsorship and learning to navigate the program in recovery. So I still talk to him now. I could leave a meeting for 10 years and go back one time and everybody would be like, oh wow, act like they just saw me right now, and they're really, really excited to hear about my life and really involved and invested in hearing about my progress, my recovery, and how things are working out for me. Not in a gossipy way, like a I want to help you, so I need to know what's going on kind of way. And that's how I felt in my first meeting. It was so comfortable. Lots of things I didn't really hear at the meeting, but there there were just those couple of things that were said here and there that I kind of grabbed onto for whatever reason. And those little things that I heard, just couple bits of sentences here and there through an hour-long meeting, I grabbed like two or three things out of the whole meeting that I heard, and it changed my life. It was just what I needed to hear from the people who had been there. Because everybody else who hasn't struggled with addiction or recovery, let alone, they can't tell you what you should do. They have no idea where you should even start. And I think, where you start is going to be different for everybody. And I think it should be. I think it should be your own path, your own way, because who you become through your recovery is going to be different. It's going to be personalized, individualized, and you can't base your recovery off of someone else's. So, you take the suggestions. That's what they say in the program. We'll call it the program. They say, everything's a suggestion. You decide if you're going to take it or not, and if you take a suggestion, it doesn't mean you have to live by that for the rest of your life. It means take the suggestion, try it out, see if that does work for you, at least temporarily, and then go from there. So after I started going to a couple of meetings and hearing the suggestions and what you should and shouldn't do concerning your early recovery to make sure that you get to a certain point in your recovery where you can kind of, feel it out on your own, and you have an idea where you should be headed, and you're not really in jeopardy of, ruining your whole life basically if you don't move forward with your recovery. Not to say that people that don't work on their recovery actively ruin their lives. That's not what I'm saying at all, because that's not the case. Lots of people do not need to change anything to keep moving forward. That's not to say that they're in the best position in life. It just means everything's not falling apart around them actively. So when I started hearing about the program and the 12 steps, I was really hesitant for years. I don't know, I think at first I had this idea that the 12 steps, like, I don't know, it's like a chapter in a book or something, and you read this chapter, and then so long as you understood what you read, to the best of your ability, then you completed that step or something. I think that's what I really thought, and that's not what it is. I found out later. I kept hearing people say different things in meetings about the steps and working the steps, and I'm on question, whatever, 1,050 billion, whatever. And I thought, well, what the hell is this? This is like homework. This is like a novel I gotta write or something and answer a bunch of questions. I know the answers. So why do I have to do that? It seems pointless. And then later, years later, I'm talking like 7 years later, I came to realize if I worked through those questions, because it's not a million like I thought, it's really not. It's actually kind of easy if you're ready to work the steps. If you've hit rock bottom, or you even think you've hit rock bottom, that's rock bottom. It means your life has become completely unmanageable and you need to change something. And recovery can give you that. 12 steps can give you that. So when I started working on it and realizing what it really took to do it, I think I only got like 4 questions into the first step, which is like 60 some questions altogether. Some of them are like like different parted questions. So it's really not 4 questions. It's 1 question, it's different parts of it. And that's why it adds up so much. But I got through like 4 questions and I was like, I actually think I'm changed. I think something about my being, who I am, changed inside because I answered those questions so honestly from deep inside myself. Things I was scared to tell other people, I was even more scared to tell myself. And when I finally could do that, I mean, obviously I didn't have to share my steps with everyone. You don't have to tell anybody your answers. You keep that shit to yourself. And I was looking over my answers and thinking, wow, this is big progress. At least I can be honest with myself. And that was a big deal. That was a big deal. That is the most progress I think you can make in recovery is honesty. Honesty, because it takes you everywhere you need to go. If you lie about everything, it's going to take you places where you don't really need to be. It's not really going to help your problem if you're in the wrong spot, So I really stress, not stress in a rude way, but I like to make it known that it is a fact that the 12 steps, at least in the beginning, for sure, works. The program works. We do recover. We can help each other and get better and make recovery the new face of addiction. We don't have to look strung out on the street in some awful video, or the news. We can be the face of recovery for addiction and normalize recovery so that it doesn't lead our children and the next generation and the generation after that to, oh, let's do drugs. That's what we all do. That's what everybody does. We're just going to do drugs. No, we recover. We work the 12 steps because they help you improve your life and grow as a person the way normal people are meant to be. And it's really difficult to work on, but the hardest things to obtain in life are the best things. They're really what you want. I've never gotten anything for free that I really wanted, because if I really wanted it, why would it be free? Somebody's going to charge me for it somehow, some way. It's going to come back around and I'm going to owe that bill, but I just really hope all the best for everyone and that we are making recovery and growth and better mental health a priority in our day-to-day lives, especially for parents or anyone in a position to be guiding today's youth, the future of our world. They need to be shown a more positive light of what is going on. If we only see the negative, everyone is only going to always do the negative. So let's show the positive part of it and see if that leads us in a couple generations, because it's not going to be tomorrow. In a couple generations, it could lead us to a much better world, a better society, because of recovery, because of the 12 steps, because we worked hard today and every day, one day at a time. Always one day at a time. If you got to do 5 minutes at a time because that's all you can manage, that's what you do. I've done that intermittently. You don't have to do it all the time, but there were times when I had to go 5 minutes at a time, or I thought I was going to lose my mind. So one day at a time, let's work on ourselves. Little things here and there, little things that you normally ignore. It's a problem. You could do it better. You could be better. You could handle the situation better. if you know about it, go ahead and try. Don't don't lie to yourself and say, "Oh, this is okay. This is acceptable. I'm going to just keep doing this. This is what I've always done. This is how I've always behaved." You don't have to do that. Who said? That's extremely limiting on yourself. You need to want more for yourself. You can be all those things you were told when you were growing up, when you were, 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old. You can be anything you want to be. You can be anybody you want to be. You can, but you have to put in the work. And if you can't put in the work, you end up being the negative face of addiction and completely blurring anyone's view of what recovery could be or that it even exists. I've had I've had a nurse actually when I was pregnant with my daughter. She actually basically told me recovery is not a real thing. It's fake. It's made up, and I made it up. There's no way that there was a time when I did have drugs in my system and had to write it down on the stupid little piece of paper in the doctor's office, but today was not that day. And she just could not hear that I didn't do that anymore, that I had gotten better years before I got to her. So we need to be proud to be in addiction recovery. We need to be proud and we need to support each other. It's very important. We need to normalize it so that people aren't scared to work on their recovery. And I just hope you all maintain support amongst yourselves. I'm here for you. If anyone needs to talk about addiction recovery, if you need pointed in the right direction, if you need to know what kind of program you should be looking for, contact me. Email me, message me, DM me, and work on your recovery actively. Don't be scared to ask for help in your recovery. You weren't scared to ask for help ruining your life when you were asking people for money to help fund your addiction or, whatever the case. You weren't scared then. So don't be scared to work on your recovery. Be strong today and every day for our future generations, for our kids, for the parents out there, for younger people watching this struggling with addiction or recovery and don't know where to go, don't know where to turn to. This is the place you need to be. This is where you need to be. You need to be honest in a healthy way about where you are and what you are trying to accomplish so that we can all help each other to find the road you're supposed to take to get there. And I hope there are a couple people out there specifically that see this video and have hope for their recovery. Where I am now took me almost 10 years to build. And I'm not going to say it was easy because it was nothing like easy. I've seen easy before. Easy was obtaining drugs compared to this. Drugs that are absent on the street, trying to find that shit, it was way easier than recovery. But the payoff of recovery, my worst day in recovery is 1,000,000 times better than my best day in active addiction. And I don't know how better to explain that so that I can help give you specific people out there that I'm hoping see this video the hope you need to move forward. But the idea is that I'm trying to be here for you the best way I can. I cannot help everyone, but I'm trying to be in an open platform now where You can come to me for help, and I can try to help everyone vastly. And then if we all connect, we can all help each other, and no one will suffer from it if we all help each other. We are all in it together. We're all the same. We all suffer from the same disease. It might look different on everyone. You might look different. So what? So did I. I look totally different than I looked 10 years ago. I'm a totally different person. And I hope that for the rest of you also. Not because I want you to change, but because I want you to be your best self. That's what recovery is about. For you to be your best self. That's what I hope for you. And I hope you stay safe, happy, healthy, and clean, sober, all that good stuff today. You do matter. You can change. It is worth it. It is not too late. I'm here for you. Everyone else here is here for you. You just have to ask for the help. Now, don't forget me. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And until next time, keep coming back because it does work. Thanks, guys.